Welcome to KoalaGains, where our AI agent helps you evaluate different crowdfunding opportunities to find the right investment for your needs. So before we look at the analysis, let's go to the crowdfunding platform to see what the project is about. So here we are at Start Engine and we have a lot of details that have been shared regarding the project. So we know that NightWare is an AI-driven FT cleared solution and it helps with the PTSD nightmares. We have some details like that it is designed to disrupt PTSD-related nightmares in real time without waking the users, and this is non-drug solution, and it has applications for military as well as in the civilian healthcare systems. We can see info like the project has already raised over $141,000 from 44 investors, and we can see it currently has a valuation of 22.4 million. We have some different reasons to invest over here, and if we scroll down, we get some information regarding the team, some information regarding how the device works, and the problem that they're addressing, which involves severe condition from PTSD, growing PTSD crisis, and lack of effective treatments. And for this, they have one solution, that is NightWare. Furthermore, we have details about the market. So, for example, in 2023, only the PTSD treatment market alone was worth $13.2 billion, and in 2032, it is expected that it will reach $19.2 billion. We have similarly stats available for sleep disorder market. We have some information regarding traction, and so on the list goes. So we can see a lot of data has been shared over here. Now, as we head back to our evaluation, we can see initially we have the details shared that NightWare is an AI-driven therapeutic solution. And again, it is for PTSD-related nightmares. It has been cleared by FDA and some other details regarding how much they have already raised, from what number of investors, etc. And right underneath, we can see that we have the detailed spidergram, which considers 6 measures: founder and team, traction, market opportunity, execution speed, and the others, and try to portray how the project is performing on each one of these measures. So we can see it is doing really good on founder and team, traction, market opportunity, and valuation, but it is lacking on execution speed and the financial health. Below we can see that we have the crowdfunding link that was used in the analysis, the website link, and the SEC filing. Now here we can see that we have the details of each of the 6 measures we were discussing above. So we go in depth for each of these measures. For example, for founder and team, if we go to see full report, we get details about each one of those members that have been involved in the project and what kind of experience that they have. So for example, if we consider the CEO, that is Matthew, we can see that he has over 20 years experience in medtech and he specializes in strategy, innovation, and transformative growth. We also have the link of their LinkedIn profile in case we have to take a look of their entire profile. We can also see more of their experiences, that they have previously owned breakthrough medtech strategy from 2012 to present. They have co-founded Create Next Group and many other experiences. Similarly, we have details about other team members. So we have details about Charles here, and we can see that he's the co-founder and he has 15 years of experience in Silicon Valley startups. And his expertise lies in customer development, go-to-market strategies, and software sales. Again, we can see the LinkedIn profile that is given and further credentials. Likewise, we can see we have details of other team members. We have details of Spencer. And as we scroll down, so we can see in the end we have the summary of all the team members and we are rating them on their general profile, the past experience, the startup experience, length of involvement, and any exceptional achievements that they might have. So let's move back and consider the other measures that we compare the crowdfunding platform against. So the next one we're going to look at is traction. So let's see. Now for traction, we can see that the project has performed really good. So for all the sub-measures, it has been given the green tag. So if we consider evidence of market validation, we can see that our AI agent has used information regarding the FDA clearance status, the number of devices prescribed, and sales data. And it has noted that the project has prescribed over 1,500 devices. We can also see if we go back to the crowdfunding platform. So here we got the details regarding the prescribed devices. Similarly, it has also found that the project has military health system applications as well, which we can see that is also present on the crowdfunding website right here. If we move on, so the second measure that we wanted to consider while looking into traction was number of paying users or customers. And it has noted down the number of prescribed devices, which simply indicates that the customers are paying interest to the project, which is a crucial measure that helps crowdfunding project succeed. So if we move on, we can see we have details about revenue generated. So we have information like the revenue of 2024 was $4.3 million. And if we go back to the crowdfunding platform and scroll down to the financials, here we can see that the revenue was in 2024, it was over $4 million. And that has been a significant increase from the previous year. So if we look at the previous year's revenue, that was less than half. This indicates a strong potential for the startup to generate revenue. Similarly, we have details about growth rate of users, partnerships, and collaborations. So let's move back and look at the measures. The third measure we have is market opportunity. And just like traction, the project has performed really good on market opportunity as well. For total addressable market, we can see that the agent has picked out that the market for digital therapeutic targeting PTSD is $4 billion in the US alone. And if we go back to the crowdfunding platform, and here we can see that we have that detail here as well. Similarly, we have data regarding serviceable available market share that it has calculated to be $1.5 billion. And to calculate this figure, it has analyzed a subset of PTSD population that is actively seeking the treatment and is likely to adopt these solutions. Furthermore, we can see serviceable obtainable market data, which for NightWare is projected to be $600 million, and that has been calculated using a realistic market share that it can capture by considering that already there are 1,500 devices prescribed with a lifetime sales of $7 million. Furthermore, if we move down, we see we have data regarding competition market positioning, the profit margin, financial performance. So for here, we can see that NightWare has a gross margin of over 80%. That is a very good profitability. And if we go back to the crowdfunding platform, we can see that under reasons to invest. So here we have that their gross margin are more than 80%. That is very healthy for a crowdfunding project. Now let's move back and consider the remaining measures. So let's look into the execution speed. So we can go to full report. And here we can see that it has performed good on market validation evidence, on real paid orders, the customer base, product integration and progress, but it is lacking the performance required in growth speed and competitive positioning. Here we can see we initially have the summary regarding execution speed, and the project has good market validation as it has been proven by their 1,500 devices prescribed. That is going to give them a revenue of over $7 million. Similarly, we have the information for real paid orders as well. And if we talk about product iterations and progress, we can see that they are achieving a FDA clearance as a breakthrough device. Similarly, we can see stats regarding growth speed and overall progress. So here we have data regarding that they in 2024, as we saw on the crowdfunding page, that it had a $4.3 million revenue. But if we compare it to the industry rate, we can see that the growth rate needs an acceleration to capture a good market share, which can be achieved through their military and veteran population, but broader market needs to be tapped. Similarly, if we talk about the competitive positioning and future potential, we can see the project did not perform well here as well, as the project are not considering the civilian markets at the moment and only sticking to military and veteran population, which could be a niche and hence affect the future potential. Now let's move back to consider other details. So we have valuation, and again the project has performed really good on all the sub 5 measures. So we got a summary in the initially, and we have valuation based on different measures. So we have valuation based on industry and market size, on traction and progress. It performed here good as well, as it has over 1,500 devices prescribed. It has good past sales data as well, as it has achieved $4.3 million in sales, and the future projections look good as well. Similarly, we have details regarding the profit margins, and finally we have the valuation covered on the basis of profit margin as well, as we have already seen that the project has gross margin that exceeds 80%, which shows a strong profit potential. And the last measure that we need to consider is the financial health, and here we can see that there's a mixed performance. So it is performing good on yearly revenue and growth rate. So you can see that the change from 2023 and 2024, the revenue has increased by more than double. And if we go back to the crowdfunding platform, under the financial section, we should be able to see these figures as well. So here we see the financials, and here initially the revenue was in 2023, the revenue was about $2 million, which more than doubled, and for 2024 it was over $4.6 million. And those are the figures that our agent has reported as well. However, if we talk about the burn rate and runway, we can see that NightWare has reported a net loss of $283,000 in 2024, and they have a runway of approximately 7.7 months, which is unfortunately below the benchmark, that is 12 to 18 months for these kind of startups. So hence it hasn't performed good on this measure. But if we talk about fund utilization efficiency, we can see that since they have a good profit margin, that indicates that they are performing good. Now for clarity of new funds allocation, we can see that the project has performed good as well, as we can see that they have clearly stated their plans for using the funds that will be raised from this crowdfunding. And the areas involved that they want to expand their operations, they want to advance their clinical trials and scale the distribution. And hence it has performed really good on this submeasure. And finally, if you consider the overall financial health, the project is again lacking. The information that we have used for this is the comprehensive financial data and the industry benchmarks. And here we can see that the agent has found out that although the financial health is stable and we have strong revenue growth as well, but the burn rate is quite high, which can cause trouble for a crowdfunding project. And we can see that it is well positioned in a growth market, but it needs to really concentrate on the high burn rate that it has. And this concludes our detailed evaluation of Nightware by KoalaGains.